Suh! Ha! Let's review Season 3 of Cobra Kai. No mercy! What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the channel. My name is Oe, and today I'm going to be reviewing Season 3 of Cobra Kai. This review is going to have major spoilers, so if you haven't seen Cobra Kai yet, I would suggest not watching this video. But if you have watched Cobra Kai Season 3, and you want to hear what I think, well, grab some popcorn, grab a drink, and let's just get right into it. Cobra Kai Season 3 takes place right after the huge school brawl between Miyagi-Do and Cobra Kai. I mean, they went balls to the wall, just beating the shit out of each other. It was really over the top. It got really crazy and unbelievable, but they really pay off that battle in this season of Cobra Kai, because the beginning of Season 3, everyone is in a real bad spot, let's put it that way. Daniel LaRusso's on the verge of losing his company. Johnny Lawrence is back to being an alcoholic, being a complete asshole. But the effects of that high school brawl have such a heavy weight on our characters, especially the teenagers, the students of both dojos. Obviously, you have Miguel hospitalized on the verge of becoming a paraplegic. And then we have Robbie being a fugitive for kicking his ass over the rail, so he's on the run. And then we have Samantha dealing with PTSD of the whole situation with her and Tori. Samantha and Tori's storyline probably takes front and center when it comes to students versus students. I loved all the story arcs that all of our characters had to go through this season. It was all entertaining. So when Johnny Lawrence and Miguel, their relationship, which is the heart and the soul of this story, when they have to take a backseat to our other storylines, I honestly didn't mind, because I've grown to love all of our characters and I was eager and intrigued to see how their story arcs would play out. Even with Danny's storyline, I wasn't sure how I felt with him going on his own adventure/side quest to Japan. I didn't want to spend too much time over there, but I like how it played out, and I thought we spent enough time in Japan that we needed to. I thought it was going to turn into something else, but it actually became really lighthearted, and I liked how Chosen, his character, kind of redeemed himself throughout these years after trying to kill Daniel-san back in the day. So it ended up helping the story overall, so I enjoyed that portion of Daniel's story in Japan. And it was a good homage to Mr. Miyagi. It got a little cheesy, but they had a good tribute to Mr. Miyagi. I thought it was well done. And John Kreese, man, is this guy bad. He is such a dick, but we do get some backstory explained with John Kreese, and at times I even found myself rooting for John Kreese, that is, younger John Kreese. We get flashbacks with him and his time served in Vietnam, and you get why he has such a cutthroat attitude and why he's such a hard ass on his students, and where his mentality comes from of showing no mercy to your enemies, and his teachings to his students are so over the top. You really get why he adopts those philosophies. So John Kreese's intentions and mentality make so much more sense in this season, which makes him such a great villain. He is the Emperor Palpatine of Cobra Kai. He's pulling strings. He's manipulating students against each other. I mean, John Kreese is such a fantastic character in this season. But out of all the kids and the teenager storylines, the one I was most intrigued with was Samantha's story and Hawk's story. Because Hawk has become, the monster that he, vowed to fight against. He became a bully himself. You either die a hero, or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain. He's been bullied so long for his cleft lip, and he adapted the personality and persona of Hawk to fight bullies, but he became an asshole himself. He starts to realize that when Kreese, who's taken over, he's recruiting all the assholes from his high school that bullied him. So he slowly starts to realize what Cobra Kai is becoming into. So I really enjoyed his struggle with, staying loyal to Cobra Kai, but also realizing who his true self is. So I thought that Hawk's storyline was the most intriguing out of the teenagers, even though they all go through some shit in this season. And I enjoyed Samantha's storyline with her going through PTSD of the fight with Tori, getting sliced up by Tori. Tori's fierce. You gotta be careful with that girl. She's a bad one, but I liked her character too. But yeah, Samantha's going through PTSD, and I enjoyed her performance. You really felt her struggle, because yeah, it's hard enough being a teenage girl in high school. I know nothing about that, but I hear it's pretty difficult. And plus she has to deal with karate psychopaths going after her, so I really felt her struggle in this story. I enjoyed her story. All the students and, teenage actors, I thought they did a great job this season. They've really grown into their characters, and I enjoyed all their performances. I mean, I don't know who the hell to root for in this story. And that's what the show does really good. So I found myself rooting for one character on one side and the other on this side, and you start to hate one character, but then you see what they're dealing with, so you have some sympathy for them and you understand where they're coming from. And obviously all the stuff with Johnny and Miguel, it got really heartfelt. You really felt the pain in Miguel's struggle to learn how to walk again. But it was such an inspiring time with those two, with Johnny and Miguel's relationship coming closer and him pretty much teaching Miguel how to walk again. I mean, this story has some great themes, redemption, reconciliation, forgiveness, learning not to give up. So if you watch this show and if you're not inspired by anything, if you don't relate to any of the themes portrayed in this story, then you know what? You deserve to be part of Cobra Kai. That is John Kreese's Cobra Kai, and you're the enemy and you deserve to have your ass kicked. I'm starting to sound like John Kreese. I need to take a step back. Whew. Then we have Johnny taking the rejects from Cobra Kai and Miyagi-Do and forming his own new dojo called Eagle Fang, which makes no sense, but goddamn, is that logo badass, and I'm Team Eagle Fang all the way. Sign me up. And of course, we have Elizabeth Shue as Allie coming back. I wasn't sure how she was going to come back into the show. It was really a form of closure for Johnny for his past regrets. And Allie also served as a bridge between the rivalry of Daniel-san and Johnny Lawrence and how they could mend together despite, all their differences and all their quarrels in the past. She served as that bridge to help them form the alliance that will eventually come in the season finale, which the season finale goes balls to the wall again. We get an awesome fight scene. Everything builds up and eventually culminates into an epic brawl at the LaRusso residence with all the students. All the karate scenes in this season, in the series in general, they're all entertaining fight scenes to watch. I mean, are they on par with John Wick and the Raid movies? Not so much, but for teenagers and kids fighting each other, it's done pretty damn good. And one of my favorite moments of the season came from the LaRusso fight scene. That is Hawk turning to the good side once again, when he realizes what a dick he's been to his old friends that have been booted out of Cobra Kai by Kreese for being too soft. Hawk does a 180 and realizes his faults and turns back to the light side. And the way it happened, I got out of my seat. I started clapping, cheering. I mean, there were so many times in the show where I was laughing my ass off, cheering, shouting. I really enjoyed Hawk's turn back to the light side with him, Miguel, and Dimitri. The three best friends from the beginning of the series are now back together. And they're gonna whoop some Cobra Kai ass, make no mistake. And then we had the fight scene at the Cobra Kai dojo with Johnny Lawrence versus John Kreese, and then Daniel LaRusso versus John Kreese, and Kreese turning Robbie to the dark side. You knew it was gonna happen. Robbie was the bad boy who was turning good, but just a little influence and a little slight hint of betrayal that he's felt turned him back to the dark side again. And Robbie's chosen to take sides with John Kreese against his former senseis and his father. I love that whole aspect. And the fight scene that comes out of the Cobra Kai dojo, it was so damn entertaining to watch, with Daniel-san learning the techniques from Chosen, disabling John Kreese. So, that came back into play, of course. And then the conclusion of that fight scene brings out the eventual alliance of Johnny and Daniel. We get Johnny Lawrence and Daniel LaRusso coming together with Eagle Fang Dojo and Miyagi-Do Dojo set to square off against Cobra Kai. With In the Air Tonight playing in the background, I mean, this scene is just the 80s personified into modern day in such an epic, badass way. So I feel like in season 4, the lines are drawn, the pieces are set, and man, I cannot wait to see season 4 and how everything's going to eventually build up to this grand tournament between Cobra Kai, Eagle Fang, and Miyagi-Do. I cannot wait for it. And the humor in this show continues. I love the humor in this show. Sometimes it's subtle, sometimes it's meta, and the show likes to take digs at SJW culture. It's unapologetic, and the way they set up the jokes and stuff, I feel like these characters are real. Is it cheesy and over the top at times? Yes, but I feel like these characters and the situations could exist in the real world. So who would have known that the Karate Kid would just blossom into something so much more than what it started out to be such an epic story, and so enjoyable with such great lessons. This show is amazing, and I'm so happy to start off 2021 with such a great series. So I'm gonna have to give Cobra Kai Season 3 a 10 out of 10. You're damn right I said that. I'm starting off 2021 with a 10 out of 10. This show's amazing. If you're not watching it, you're missing out. And if you don't want to give this show a chance, I'm gonna roundhouse kick you to the head. I'm not gonna do that. I don't even know how to do a roundhouse kick, but So that's my review of Cobra Kai Season 3. I mean, this show just makes me want to bust out some moves in my garage and do some karate. But yeah, what did you guys think of Cobra Kai? What would you guys rate it? Are you enjoying it? What are your thoughts? What do you think is going to happen in Season 4? Is anyone going to turn to the dark side again? Are you going to turn to the light side? Who's your favorite character? Let me know. So if you like the channel, hit the like button, comment down below, subscribe as well, and I will see you all next time.